Today we're going to look at multiplying decimals. Before we get started multiplying decimals, let's look at a few vocabulary. First word is going to be multiplying. That is when we times two numbers together. We use multiplication as a short way of addition. It's when we have multiple numbers we're going to have to add together, so we multiply them to make it shorter. For example, we have the numbers 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. It's the same thing as multiplying 4 times 4, and the answer is going to be 16. So, kind of look at multiplication as a short addition. Next, let's look at factors. Factors are two numbers that you are going to actually multiply together. For example, 2 times 3. 2 is a factor, and so is 3. The answer to that problem is going to be our next vocab word, which is product. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. So 6 would be the product, which is the answer to a multiplication problem. So for the first step, we are going to multiply the numbers that we are given and ignore the decimal points completely. So with the first problem, let's go ahead and see it. It's going to be 8.5 times 2.5. You're going to actually multiply those as 85 times 25. And when adding the two products together that you get when multiplying, you get 2,125. But your steps are not over because you can't just completely ignore the decimal points. So you are going to actually count them. Anything that is on the right-hand side of the decimal is going to get counted as a place value. So if we look at the same problem again, we will have two place values. The 5 and the 8.5 is counting as one, and the 5 and the 2.5 is counting as another. So there's two decimal places that you will move to the right, which is step 3. You're going to actually move it. So when you move these decimal places over, it will be counting from the end. Count over one place value, two place values, and it goes between the 1 and the 2. So let's make sure that we understand the steps. First, we're going to multiply like there's no decimals at all. Then, when you are finished multiplying the problem, like you normally multiply, you will count the decimal places to the right of the decimal. So how many decimal places are there? And then the last step will be to move them over, starting on the right-hand side and counting to your left. How many places over is how many decimals you actually have to have. So you are going to try a few of these on your own. Number 1 is 4.8 times 0.5, and number 2 is 3.55 times 0.05. And you will work these problems on your own. Place the DVD on pause. And once you pause it, you will come back and recheck the answers that you have given to see if you've gotten them correct. Press pause now. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you have checked your answers. 4.8 times 0.5 is going to be 2.40. You had two decimal places that you had to move over. One for the 8 and one for the 5. So you counted over 1, 2. And number 2, it's a little bit harder. 3.55 times 0.05. And you're going to count over 4 places because you have 2 at the top and 2 here. So you start at the end and count over 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck in your endeavors.